So, so what non-duality is trying to point to is who you are beyond who you think you are. So who are you beyond who you think you are? Who? And that's such a profound question. That's so beautiful. And when you really begin to explore it, even the word consciousness begins to disappear. There is simply nothing appearing as everything. There's life, there's energy that knows itself. And this consciousness is timeless. This consciousness doesn't move in time. We perceive ourselves as this separate entity with a soul inside the body, and this soul is conscious, and it's something that thinks and has choices and doership, and it came from the past and is going from the future. It came from the gym and it's now listening to Lisa, and then afterwards it's going to go and have its dinner, or it's going to start the day, depending on where you are in the world. But that's not actually who you are. There is this consciousness, this awake presence that's never moved, ever. It's here watching in every instant, experiencing itself. And in that you move, in that the world moves, in that the character moves. The suffering comes when there is the identity with that, the identification with that character. So this like sucking on, it's like, and it takes that story to be who you are. And there's nothing wrong with stories. I love stories. I'm a writer. I love it. But that's not who you are. That's not an experiencer. When there's identification with, so when the consciousness, or when it feels like you're a soul, you're the separate person inside the body experiencing. So when it feels like the consciousness and the person are all like squashed together, then what happens is you feel disconnected from who you truly are. So who you truly are is expansive and isn't limited. It's not a thing. But when you feel like you are limited, then it creates something called seeking. And what this seeking is this seeking to find freedom in the future. So seeking isn't the movement towards pleasure or pain. So in every moment there is a movement towards pleasure or pain. It's what our bodies naturally do. So I'm just staying with my mum at the moment, and she just brought me coconut water. So very pleasurable. So my body moves towards pleasure, which is coconut water. And it moves away from being dehydrated. It moves away from being too hot. It moves away from nasty people. It moves away from doing too much manual labor, whatever it is. And it moves towards that which is pleasurable, to nice food, nice people, nice environment. Whatever it might be. And that's the way that all mammals are set up, as they move towards pleasure and away from pain. They have these feelings, and they determine their environment through those feelings and through moving towards pleasurable feelings. But when the human identifies and believes that's who they are, that you're someone moving in time, this seeking mechanism begins, where you begin to seek out the non-limited, the expansiveness, who you truly are, your essence, in a pleasure. And that's impossible. And the way that happens is, so say you have like a really terrible home, and then you inherit some money and you can buy another home, and you've been daydreaming about this for years, that you can buy this particular type of home, and you really fixate on it, and you really like imagine it a lot, and you're really excited about doing that. What can happen in that imagination and in those daydreams is that you begin to believe that you will arrive when you get there, that you'll be happy when you get there. It's that there's too much attachment to that idea. It's nothing wrong with that idea, but there's too much attachment, and it begins to become something that will fulfill you. And it won't, because you'll get the home and then there'll be something else, or something else, or something else. Like, it's endless. You can do it with a lover, you can do it with kids, you can do it with going on holiday, constantly having these milestones that you're going to arrive at, and then you'll be able to relax. And in that imagination, you dream that you'll arrive at love, you dream that you'll arrive there. And then that imagination always lets you down, because you're not going to arrive there.